Thank you, Stuart, and thanks for having me here today. In answer to your question, I thoroughly enjoyed lunch. Any time that there are 4 platters of sausage rolls out, I'm going to enjoy lunch. And in fact, the biggest disagreement that I've had with anyone at the ABC was after being on air one morning and with Stan Thompson arguing about where the best sausage rolls in South Australia are. And there is a correct answer. It's the mini sausage rolls at the OK Pie Shop. I want to thank Minister Brock for putting these summits on. It's a real credit to the work he does and how he focuses us as a government on the regions. We have 4 ministers down here today, which is, you don't get 4 ministers to stuff much in Adelaide, let alone regional areas. So thanks, Jeff, for doing that. And with 4 ministers down here, I reckon we've got a quorum for a cabinet meeting. We could make some big decisions. The issues that are being discussed today are critically important issues, issues of innovation, transformation, collaboration. It's critical for the success of enterprises and also critical for the success of communities right across South Australia, but probably even more so in regional South Australia. The world's changing very, very rapidly. Innovation, transformation and collaboration are all at their heart about doing things differently. Both making sure that the natural assets that you have and the competitive advantages are being used to their fullest, but also about recognising that in some areas, the world is getting very, very small and it doesn't matter where you are when you do things. Natural assets in the southeast are unique and provide distinct advantages for this area. I remember a couple of years ago, I hosted a dinner of a delegation of Chinese grain buyers, and they'd had a big meeting in Melbourne. A lot of them had travelled by coach through the southeast to Adelaide, where I met them and hosted a dinner. And through interpreters, I was astounded by every one of them. So we were in the southeast. It's amazing. The produce, the lamb, the beef. And I was, I grew up in Mount Gambier. I know. No, you don't understand the wine. And went on. And you often it's taking that step back and hearing from others that you realise sometimes just what there is to be taken advantage of. I've travelled to lots of areas of South Australia, and there are some areas that are really struggling. In Whyalla, Lee Creek, I was on the far west coast over the last weekend. There are some real challenges in the southeast, but there are some real advantages that with innovation and collaboration really, I think, stand this area in good stead. And it's not just economically. What we're talking about today, I think, applies just as much socially and to the community as a whole. It is the case that I think how people see themselves often is very aligned to how others see you and see an area. And I think not just Mount Gambier, but I think that's one of the things in South Australia in general we haven't been good at. We haven't been good at seeing ourselves in the rightful positive light we ought to see ourselves, and that influences how others see us and how they want to interact with us and even invest with us. I've got to say, I think that's changing a lot in the southeast. Things that are changing this area. Things like the James Morris Academy here. That is transformative in itself, and I think that's. I've noticed a change in a lot of people about how they see Mount Gambier as somewhere that really is competing on the world stage with that one change. But we've got to, I think, have the attitude that we can compete and we can do things better. I pay tribute to local government down here who've been exceptionally outward-looking, engagement with China in particular, and really looking over the horizon as to what might be possible. We are, as I said, changing at a very rapid rate right around South Australia. In metropolitan Adelaide, we're changing hugely what we do from a traditional manufacturing economy like making cars and white goods to doing things very, very differently. And in regional South Australia, there are very, very significant changes that we need to take account of how we do things. So I was really impressed with some of the case studies that we've heard already today, some of the speakers. And I know, John, I'm almost completely out of all 3 of my Kangaroo Island Spirit gin, so we'll have to come over and visit you again soon. And later this afternoon in this transformation session, you'll hear from 4 people who know quite a bit about using innovative ideas to transform the way business is done. My good mate Matt Salia from Flinders University. I've spent a lot of time with him and his new Ventures Institute that's at the cutting edge of helping particularly startups do things differently and look at the way they go about their business. And a little known fact about Matt is he's one of Australia's foremost experts on big things. He spent quite a lot of time in Kingston on the way down, so I'm sure he'll probably reflect on that as he speaks here. And from the three other businesses we hear from today, I look forward to hearing how you do things differently and how that might help with everyone else. So thanks for having me. I think this is a real opportunity. And again, thanks, Jeff, for bringing these together.